Welcome all. This is Rohan Girdhani, your private tech consultant, and I hope you all are having a beautiful day today. So today we would be talking about the disaster recovery options available in the cloud, and this is a very critical point right now to discuss because I have seen if the implementation is good, the costs are higher, which is not required, and if implementation is incorrect, the application is going down due to many reasons. Yeah, like your application could be corrupt, your code could break, or the infrastructure is down, even the cloud region is down. Because of that, the users are being hampered. So to understand this, I have like prepared a framework in which we would understand it by cost. What is the lowest to highest cost, and what is the requirement? Which category should you use? So first category of disaster recovery option available is backup and restore. A simple backup and restore. What is that? So this is being used when you have a data loss. Suppose your site is being hacked, or there is a data loss, some data is corrupted, or your application is down, and it is not critical, but you can run up your site backup in 1 to 2 minutes, and that would work for you. This option is for you, backup and restore. This is a low priority uh, data recovery option. So what happens in this is your database, your code is continuously being backed up as a snapshot or a S3, a storage replication from one region to another region. So in this case, your data is being backed up continuously and being stored for an event, for a disaster. So suppose your application broke out, there is some kind of bug or anything, or a data has been hacked and your application is down. What would happen is immediately you have available latest snapshots of your code, of your database, of your storage that you can put back up using your auto scaling group. So it would take around 1 to 2 minutes, to be very honest with you, and within 1 to 2 minutes your entire application would be up again. So you are not paying anything extra when your services are idle. You are just creating your snapshots, and whenever a disaster happens, so in this case you can use your code pipeline, your cloud formation, your S3, your snapshots together. So whenever there is a disaster, you can fire a lambda or a notification that your application is down. You can receive a email on that, and then you can instantly fire up automatically using your auto scaling your entire architecture, and this is the most cost effective thing you would be doing for yourself. So the second point is Pilot Lite. In Pilot Lite, what we do is, suppose in North America, your server, your application, everything is running. Now what you want is, in case of recovery, the nearest region to North America, I would like to use that, and that should be up when this region is down. So in this case, what happens is your entire infrastructure, like you can use infrastructure as code, cloud formation, same. You can like replicate your entire infrastructure, DB and everything to another region. But what's unique in this is, in the previous case, you are just taking snapshots. In this case, you are replicating entire. So basically all the application is fully available to you. Suppose this crashes down, you have fully available site here, your fully available architecture here to fire backup. But how is this also cost effective is, your DB and your storage is always continuously replicated and you are charged for that. But when we talk about your servers, your EC2, your server where your code is actually running, in that case, only your server is being replicated, the code is being replicated, but the server are shut down. It is not used until and unless there is a disaster case or an event happening. So as soon as the disaster case is happening, then only those servers would fire up and you would be charged and your application would be available. So this is the second layer, Pilot Lite. It is backup and restore is the most cost effective, then is Pilot Lite. Now third is your warm standby. So warm standby is somewhat an extension of Pilot Lite infrastructure, the second infrastructure that we did. Similarly, your entire infrastructure would be copied down to another region. Okay. But in this case, suppose you have two server running in your active region where your application in North America, where your application is being accessed. So you have two servers running. Okay. Similarly, the same would be copied to another region. But now in warm standby in this region, in spite of keeping both servers shut down or both servers on, only one server would be turned on. Your database is everything same as Pilot Lite, it would be copied concurrently. Your servers would be copied concurrently. But in this case, only one server would be like turned on as a warm standby. So in case you have traffic, suppose you have 80% traffic up till now, as soon as it reaches 90%, this server would be able to handle some traffic, but you would be charged simultaneously for one server, depending upon your architecture. And in case of entire failure, only and only then the second server would be fired up in a second region. As soon as your capacity is okay, disaster has been recovered, these again one server would be closed and one would be on for warm standby architecture. Okay, the cost is a little bit higher than the Pilot Lite and backup and restore. Coming to the fourth point, which is multi-site active implementation. This is something where you do not have any kind of data loss, you do not have any downtime. Basically, any mission critical services can be used up here. For example, you have a banking application, you cannot lose a customer at any cost. That's when you do multi-site, and this is the most costly of all. But basically, there is continuous replication of every service. Your application is available in multiple regions at the same time. That is multi-site active implementation, and this is the most costliest of all. So these were the four options. So first, recalling all, backup and restore, direct snapshots, nothing else. Within 2 minutes your site would be up. You can try that out. Your code and everything would be continuously in a loop of backup and restore and creating snapshots. Okay, you guys use cloud formation, CDK, infrastructure as code, code pipeline S3 to replicate your services. And for notification, you can use Lambda, SNS notification services. Then, and it is the most cost effective. Second, Pilot Lite. Pilot Lite keeps a copy of your entire infrastructure in another region. Your database, your storage would always be on, just your servers would be shut down and only be charged up when there is a case of disaster recovery. Third, warm standby. Warm standby is similar to Pilot Lite, but in this, only suppose if two servers are in North America, two are in another region, only one server would be fired up to keep up on a warm standby in case of requirement. Then you have multi-site active implementation where your entire infrastructure, entire thing is copied concurrently to all the regions you are supplying to. So even if one region fail by the cloud provider, then also you do not have any problem. Your code is available, your application is available. So if you have any doubt, you can ask to me, and these are all the options that are available to you. But make sure the right implementation, you choose the right implementation, because there are cases when you implement things but the cost is like going skyrocket, which is not even required according to your application. But in some cases the implementation is half, due to which there is not actual disaster recovery and your application could go down, and your application could go down due to multiple reasons. Due to your code has crashed, your application has crashed, you have been hacked, or database is not available. So there could be multiple reasons disaster could happen. So make sure your application is available at all times. Thank you so much.